Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Triviador News. As many of you may have heard, and as we mentioned in a previous video, a new version of Triviador is coming and a lot of things will be changed. We're trying our best to make a better version by improving the existing features, fixing known problems, and finding solutions for the weakest aspects of the game. In this episode, we will go through the new leagues, the new league system, and the new rank lists. First, let's review how the current league system works, why it works this way, and its shortcomings and its advantages. Then we will address why we wanted to change the current system. So first, we know that many of you don't always welcome changes to the game you are already familiar with. So this is why we would like to address the need for this huge change. Let's quickly review how the current system works. First, we created the current rank list based on player power points, or PPP. PPP originally appeared in the Hungarian version of Triviador. PPP allowed players to reach a particular level in a short period of time, and it was too difficult to move up or down from that level. That's why so many players started to play less and less. The average player felt that they had nothing more to achieve and therefore didn't try to improve their game stats. Eventually, we stopped using PPP in the Hungarian version in favor of an XP-based rank list. Second, many years later, we brought the PPP rank list back, but again, players who reached the top of the list began to play less and less as not to risk their position on the rank list. Finally, as I mentioned a moment ago, we introduced the XP rank list in order to motivate players to play more and to take more risks in the game. This change was ultimately successful, but unfortunately, it caused more problems than it solved. The biggest shortcomings of the current rank list include the following. Between players of a similar level, the one who managed to play more games would reach a higher level on the rank list, regardless if they were the better player or not. Another problem was the unfair advantage given to players who had big winning streaks, known in the game as a series. By using serial boosters, players were able to maintain their series and therefore receive huge bonuses toward their XP points. Lastly, regardless of the number of the players in the game, only a limited amount of players could get into the top league because it was limited to include only 25 players. These shortcomings were sufficiently problematic that we felt that there was a need for a new league system that would eliminate these problems and motivate players to play not only more, but better. Our main goal is to reduce the importance of the number of games players play in order to get a better position on the rank list. We don't want to exclude players from ranked games just because they couldn't find the time to play the game for many hours every day. If somebody can spend just 1 hour playing the game, we still want them to have a chance to become the champion. In this way, achieving a high rank becomes more about the better player and not just about investing the most time. However, we also don't want a solution where players feel that they need to play less in order to not risk their high position on the rank list. The most important new feature will be season points. In every game, players will be able to earn season points, or SP. This will depend on your game results, such as the number of games won and the number of games lost. Additionally, the amount of SP you get will also depend on the difficulty of the game, because it is not the same to win a game against a beginner player as opposed to a top player. There will be a very important limit regarding SP. Every day, only the season points you earn in your first 7 games will be counted toward your position on the season rank list. This means that players cannot advance in the rank list simply by playing a lot of games. You must instead focus on playing well. In the very beginning, if you are a new player, you will start to collect your season points without participating in the league system. When you reach 9,000 season points, you will get into the first league level. Each season will run for 4 weeks. If you can earn the required season points in the first week, you will move on to the second league level. You will then start the second week's games with 1,200 SP, which is the minimum amount of points needed to reach the second league level. If you couldn't get into the second league level, in other words, you couldn't earn the 12,000 SP, you'll remain in the first league and you'll start the second week with the minimum amount of points for the first league level, which is 9,000 SP. In the second week, you'll need to reach 16,000 SP to get into the third league level. Similarly, in the third week, you'll need to reach 21,000 SP to get into the top league level. Once you're in the first league level, you must take on the rest of the players in the first league level to become the season champion. The champion will be the player with the highest number of SP by the end of the 4th week. Players can also vie for the legendary ranking. Any player that earns 27,000 season points during the last week of the season will receive this ranking. But keep in mind that it will be extremely difficult. I know it sounds a little bit complicated, but once you start to play, it'll be really easy to understand and you'll get on just fine. There will also be a daily rank list. After every game, you can collect stars and skulls depending on whether you win or lose a game. You will receive gold every day based on the results of the daily rank list. As you already know, every game mode will be available in the new application. This means that you can play the short campaign, the long campaign, and the brand new Alliance campaign to get the best results. Every game mode will count toward the season rank list and the daily rank list. In addition to the season rank list and the daily rank list, there will also be a global rank list. This rank list will include players from every version of Triviador, so you can compare yourself with players from all over the world. We know this is a lot to take in, and we are pretty sure that you'll have a lot of questions for us. So do not hesitate to write a comment under this video. We will answer your questions the best we can and may address your concerns in subsequent videos. If you don't want to miss Triviador news, subscribe to our YouTube channel, click on the bell icon to turn on the notifications, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook too. See you soon.